Ever felt trapped by society's expectations? The audiobook, Game the System, Never Let Society Dictate Your Life Again, is your escape route. This book reveals how to break free from societal constraints and live life on your terms. You'll discover powerful strategies for personal growth, resilience, and critical thinking that will revolutionize your approach to life. The stakes? A life of freedom, purpose, and fulfillment. Without these insights, you risk living a life dictated by others' expectations, never reaching your full potential. Don't let society write your story. Take control, unleash your potential, and create the life you've always dreamed of. Your extraordinary life awaits. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to Grow to the Top and activate notifications to receive more self-improvement tips that will supercharge your growth. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you for your support. Chapter 1. Breaking Free from Societal Constraints. Imagine a world where you're free to make choices based solely on your desires, values, and aspirations. A world where societal expectations don't hold you back from pursuing your dreams. This isn't a far-fetched utopia. It's a reality you can create for yourself. Welcome to the first step of your journey towards personal freedom and self-empowerment. As you embark on this transformative journey, you'll gain a clear understanding of how societal constraints have influenced your life choices up until now. You'll learn to recognize your personal limiting beliefs and begin to challenge them head-on. Most importantly, you'll start to embrace your personal autonomy and take those crucial first steps toward genuine self-awareness. But this is just the beginning. Over time, as you continue to apply the principles and strategies in this book, you'll experience a profound shift in your life. You'll develop greater confidence in making independent life decisions, no longer swayed by the opinions and expectations of others. Your sense of self will strengthen, and you'll find yourself living in alignment with your core values like never before. Perhaps most importantly, you'll build long-term resilience against societal pressures and expectations, allowing you to stay true to yourself, even in the face of opposition or criticism. To achieve these transformative results, we'll focus on three key areas: identifying societal expectations and limiting beliefs, cultivating the power of individual choice, and learning from those who have successfully broken free from societal norms. These steps are carefully ordered to build upon each other, creating a solid foundation for your personal growth and liberation. Understanding societal constraints is the crucial first step on this journey. We often don't realize how deeply ingrained these expectations are in our psyche. They shape our decisions, influence our goals, and even define our sense of self-worth. By bringing these hidden influences to light, we can begin to question and challenge them. Next, we'll explore the power of individual choice. Once you recognize the societal constraints holding you back, you can start making conscious decisions that align with your true self. This step is about embracing personal autonomy and cultivating self-awareness. It's about learning to trust your own judgment and make choices based on your unique desires and values rather than external expectations. Throughout this process, it's essential to identify and challenge your limiting beliefs. These are the internal voices that tell you what you can't do, what you don't deserve, or what's not possible for someone like you. Often, these beliefs are nothing more than internalized societal expectations. By recognizing them for what they are, you can begin to dismantle their power over you. Equally important is recognizing social conditioning. From a young age, we're taught to behave in certain ways, to value specific things, and to judge ourselves and others based on societal standards. This conditioning runs deep, influencing everything from our career choices to our personal relationships. By becoming aware of this conditioning, you can start to separate your authentic desires from those that have been imposed upon you. As you progress through this chapter and the rest of the book, you'll learn to embrace your personal autonomy fully. This means taking responsibility for your choices and their consequences, but it also means experiencing the exhilaration of living life on your own terms. You'll develop a deep sense of self-awareness, understanding your own needs, desires, and values better than ever before. Remember, breaking free from societal constraints is not about rejecting all norms or living in opposition to society. It's about consciously choosing which norms and expectations serve you and align with your authentic self, and having the courage to discard those that don't. It's about writing your own story rather than following a script written by others. As we conclude this chapter, consider this. Every great innovation, every paradigm shift, every leap forward in human progress has come from individuals who dared to think differently. They challenged the status quo, questioned established norms, and carved their own paths. You have that same potential within you. The journey ahead will equip you with the tools to unlock it, to break free from the invisible chains of societal expectations, and to create a life that truly reflects your authentic self. In the next chapter, we'll delve into the power of cultivating a growth mindset, a fundamental shift in perspective that will supercharge your journey towards personal freedom and self-actualization. Chapter 2: Cultivating a Growth Mindset. In the journey to break free from societal constraints, your mindset is your most powerful ally or your most formidable opponent. Welcome to the realm of the growth mindset, a perspective that will revolutionize how you approach challenges, setbacks, and personal development. Imagine facing a daunting task or a significant life change. How do you typically react? Do you shy away, fearing failure or judgment? Or do you lean in, excited by the opportunity to learn and grow? Your answer reveals a lot about your current mindset, and more importantly, it indicates your potential for transformation. A growth mindset is crucial for never letting society dictate your life again. It's the foundation that allows you to continuously improve and adapt, making you resilient against societal expectations. With a growth mindset, you view your abilities and intelligence as qualities that can be developed through dedication and hard work. This perspective is your ticket to breaking free from the limitations others may try to impose on you. To truly understand the power of a growth mindset, we need to contrast it with its opposite, the fixed mindset. Those with a fixed mindset believe their qualities are carved in stone. They think intelligence, personality, and character are static traits, leading them to document their intelligence or talent instead of developing them. They're constantly trying to prove themselves to others, fearing that failure might reveal their limitations. On the other hand, individuals with a growth mindset believe that their most basic abilities can be improved through dedication and hard work. They see brains and talent as just the starting point. This perspective creates a love of learning and a resilience that is crucial for great accomplishment. Essentially, they believe that everyone can change and grow through application and experience. The impact of these mindsets on personal development is profound. Those with a fixed mindset often plateau early and achieve less than their full potential. They see effort as fruitless or worse, as a sign that they're not talented. If you're not a natural, they believe, you'll never become great. In contrast, those with a growth mindset thrive on challenge and see failure not as evidence of lack of intelligence, but as a launchpad for growth and for improving their existing abilities. They believe that a person's true potential is unknown and that it's impossible to predict what can be accomplished with years of dedicated practice and training. So, how can you develop a growth mindset? It starts with embracing challenges and learning from failure. Instead of avoiding difficult tasks, seek them out. When you encounter obstacles, persist. View effort as the path to mastery. Learn to hear criticism and find lessons in it. Find inspiration in the success of others rather than feeling threatened. Let's break this down further. Embracing challenges means actively seeking out situations that push you out of your comfort zone. It's about reframing your perception of difficult tasks from threats to opportunities for growth. When you face a challenge, instead of thinking, "This is too hard, I can't do it," try thinking, "This is going to be a great opportunity to learn and improve." Learning from failure is equally crucial. In fact, failure should be your teacher, not your undertaker. It's an opportunity for growth. When you fail at something, Take time to reflect on what went wrong and what you can learn from the experience. Ask yourself, what can I do differently next time? What new skills or knowledge do I need to acquire to succeed? Valuing effort and persistence is another key aspect of the growth mindset. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is personal growth. Celebrate the effort you put into tasks, not just the outcomes. Recognize that persistence in the face of setbacks is what leads to long-term success. To put these principles into practice, try incorporating some exercises into your daily routine. Start by journaling about your daily challenges and how you overcame them. This practice helps you recognize your growth and reinforces the idea that you can overcome obstacles. Setting weekly learning goals and tracking your progress is another effective strategy. These goals don't have to be grand or life-changing. They can be as simple as learning a new word each day or practicing a new skill for 15 minutes. The key is consistency and gradual improvement. Reflecting on your failures and what you learned from them is also invaluable. Instead of beating yourself up over mistakes, treat them as learning opportunities. Ask yourself what you can take away from each experience to do better next time. As you embark on this journey of cultivating a growth mindset, be aware that there can be pitfalls along the way. Stagnation is one such danger. Even with a growth mindset, it's possible to fall into comfortable routines and stop challenging yourself. To combat this, regularly set new challenges to maintain your growth trajectory. Push yourself to learn new skills, take on new responsibilities, or explore new areas of interest. Self-doubt is another potential roadblock. It's natural to sometimes question your abilities, especially when facing significant challenges. Combat this by using positive affirmations and seeking feedback from trusted sources. Remind yourself of past successes and the progress you've made. Seek out mentors or peers who can provide constructive feedback and encouragement. Remember, developing a growth mindset is not about being positive all the time or pretending that everything is easy. It's about facing challenges head-on, believing in your capacity to learn and grow, and persisting in the face of setbacks. It's about seeing your potential as a starting point, not an end point. As you continue to cultivate your growth mindset, you'll find that societal expectations hold less and less sway over your choices and your sense of self-worth. You'll become more resilient, more adaptable, and more confident in your ability to navigate life's challenges. The journey of personal growth is ongoing, and your mindset is the compass that guides you. With a growth mindset, you're equipped to chart your own course, regardless of the expectations or limitations others may try to impose on you. You're ready to write your own story, one of continuous learning, growth, and self-discovery. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to harness your newfound growth mindset to set and achieve ambitious goals. Get ready to dream big and turn those dreams into reality. Chapter 3: Setting and Achieving Ambitious Goals. Now that you've embraced the power of a growth mindset, it's time to put that newfound perspective into action. Welcome to the world of ambitious goal setting, where your dreams take center stage and societal expectations take a back seat. Setting and achieving your own goals is a crucial step in breaking free from society's dictates. When you define your own objectives, you're charting a course that aligns with your personal values and aspirations, not the expectations others have placed upon you. This process of goal setting and achievement is your declaration of independence from societal norms. Think about it. How many times have you pursued a path simply because it was expected of you? Perhaps you chose a career because your parents thought it was best, or you set certain life milestones based on what your peers were doing. While these choices may have seemed right at the time, they might not truly reflect what you want for yourself. That's where the art of goal setting comes in. It's not just about deciding what you want. It's about crafting a vision for your life that resonates with your core values and ignites your passion. When you set goals that genuinely excite you, you'll find an inner wellspring of motivation that can carry you through even the toughest challenges. One effective framework for setting powerful goals is the SMART method. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Let's break this down. Specific goals are clear and well-defined. Instead of saying, I want to be successful, you might say, I want to start my own business in the tech industry. Measurable goals allow you to track your progress. For example, I want to increase my client base by 25% in the next 6 months. Achievable goals stretch you, but remain within the realm of possibility. While it's great to dream big, setting unattainable goals can lead to frustration and demotivation. Relevant goals align with your broader life objectives and values. Ask yourself, does this goal matter to me? Will it make a meaningful difference in my life? Time-bound goals have a deadline. This creates a sense of urgency and helps you stay focused. While the SMART framework is useful, it's crucial to remember that your goals should also align with your personal values. What matters most to you? What kind of life do you want to lead? Your goals should be a reflection of your authentic self, not a response to external pressures or expectations. Once you've set your goals, the next step is to create an action plan. This is where many people falter. They have a grand vision, but struggle to translate it into day-to-day actions. The key is to break down your large goals into manageable steps. Let's say your goal is to write a novel. That's a daunting task that could easily overwhelm you. But what if you break it down? You might start with researching your topic, then outlining your story, then setting a daily word count goal. Suddenly, that mountain of a task becomes a series of achievable steps. As you work towards your goals, it's crucial to implement accountability measures. This could be as simple as telling a friend about your goals and asking them to check in on your progress regularly. Or you might join a group of like-minded individuals pursuing similar objectives. Some people find success with apps that track their progress or by making public commitments on social media. Remember, the path to achieving ambitious goals is rarely smooth. You'll face setbacks, moments of doubt, and periods where your motivation wanes. This is where your growth mindset comes into play. Instead of viewing obstacles as insurmountable barriers, see them as opportunities to learn and grow. To help you stay on track, consider implementing some practical exercises into your routine. Start by writing down your long-term goals. Be bold here. Don't let fear or doubts hold you back. Once you have your big goals on paper, break them down into smaller, actionable steps. What can you do this week, this month, this year to move closer to your objectives? Creating a vision board can be another powerful tool. This visual representation of your goals serves as a daily reminder of what you're working towards. Include images, quotes, and words that represent your aspirations. Place it somewhere you'll see it every day, like your bedroom wall or office desk. Setting up a progress tracking system is also invaluable. This could be as simple as keeping a journal where you log your daily actions and reflections, or you might prefer a digital solution using an app to track your goals and habits. The key is to find a system that works for you and stick with it. Of course, even with the best laid plans, things can go wrong. One common pitfall is a lack of motivation. You might find your initial enthusiasm waning as the reality of the work sets in. When this happens, it's time to revisit and adjust your goals. Are they still inspiring to you? Do they need to be tweaked to better align with your current situation or values? Don't be afraid to make changes. Flexibility is a strength, not a weakness. Another common issue is feeling overwhelmed. When your goals are ambitious, it's easy to feel like you're drowning in tasks and responsibilities. The solution? Break things down even further. If your current steps still feel too big, make them smaller. And don't forget to prioritize. Not everything needs to be done at once. Focus on the most important tasks and let go of the rest for now. As you embark on this journey of setting and achieving ambitious goals, remember that the process is just as important as the outcome. Each step you take, each obstacle you overcome, is shaping you into a stronger, more resilient individual. You're not just achieving goals, you're becoming the person you want to be. Your goals are your roadmap to the life you want to lead. They're your declaration that you won't let society dictate your path. As you work towards them, you'll find yourself growing more confident, more self-assured, and more in tune with your authentic self. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to harness the power of resilience. Because let's face it, the road to achieving your ambitious goals won't always be smooth. But with the right tools and mindset, you'll be ready to face whatever challenges come your way. Chapter 4. Harnessing the power of resilience. Life has a funny way of throwing curveballs when we least expect them. Just when you think you've got it all figured out, when your goals are set and your path seems clear, something comes along to shake things up. This is where resilience comes into play, and it's a crucial skill for anyone determined to chart their own course in life. Resilience is your secret weapon in the battle against societal pressures and expectations. It's what allows you to bounce back from setbacks, to keep pushing forward when the going gets tough. Without resilience, even the most ambitious goals and the strongest growth mindset can crumble in the face of adversity. But with it, you become unstoppable. So, what exactly is resilience? At its core, resilience is the ability to adapt and thrive in the face of stress, adversity, trauma, or tragedy. It's not about avoiding difficulties or pretending they don't affect you. Instead, it's about facing challenges head-on and coming out stronger on the other side. The psychology of resilience is fascinating. Resilient individuals tend to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. They maintain a sense of perspective, understanding that setbacks are temporary and don't define their entire lives. They also tend to have a strong sense of self-efficacy, the belief in their ability to influence their own lives and achieve their goals. Here's the good news. Resilience isn't some innate quality that you either have or don't have. It's a skill that can be learned, developed, and strengthened over time. Just like building physical strength through exercise, you can build mental and emotional resilience through practice and perseverance. So how do we go about building this crucial skill? One key strategy is developing emotional regulation. This involves learning to recognize and manage your emotional responses to stressful situations. It's not about suppressing your emotions, but rather about understanding them and choosing how to respond. Imagine you've just faced a major setback in your career. Your first instinct might be to feel discouraged, maybe even to give up. But with strong emotional regulation skills, you can acknowledge those feelings without being overwhelmed by them. You can take a step back, assess the situation objectively, and decide on a constructive way forward. Mindfulness and meditation can be powerful tools for enhancing emotional regulation. These practices help you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings, allowing you to respond to them more consciously. Try setting aside a few minutes each day for mindfulness practice. It could be as simple as focusing on your breath or doing a body scan meditation. Over time, you'll likely find that you're better able to stay calm and centered, even in stressful situations. Another crucial aspect of building resilience is cultivating a strong support network. No person is an island, and trying to go it alone can quickly lead to burnout. Your support network might include family, friends, mentors, or professional colleagues. These are the people you can turn to for advice, encouragement, or simply a listening ear when times get tough. Developing this network takes effort, but it's well worth it. Make a point of reaching out to people regularly, not just when you need something. Offer your own support and encouragement to others. Attend networking events or join groups related to your interests or goals. The connections you build can become a vital source of strength and resilience. To truly understand the power of resilience, let's look at a real-world example. Nelson Mandela. Mandela's life is a testament to the transformative power of resilience in the face of seemingly insurmountable adversity. Imprisoned for 27 years for his fight against apartheid in South Africa, Mandela could have easily given in to despair or bitterness. Instead, he used his time in prison as an opportunity for personal growth and strategic planning. He studied, he wrote, he formed alliances. Most importantly, he maintained hope for a better future, not just for himself, but for his entire nation. Mandela's resilience allowed him to transform the challenges he faced into opportunities for change. Upon his release, rather than seeking revenge, he advocated for reconciliation and unity. He went on to become South Africa's first black president, leading the country through a crucial period of transition. What can we learn from Mandela's example? First, that maintaining hope in the face of adversity is crucial. Second, that even the most difficult circumstances can be opportunities for growth and positive change. And third, that resilience isn't just about personal survival, it can be a powerful force for transforming entire societies. Now, let's talk about some practical exercises you can use to build your own resilience. We've already mentioned mindfulness and meditation as tools for emotional regulation. Make these a regular part of your routine, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Another powerful exercise is to reflect on past adversities and how you overcame them. Think about a challenging time in your life. How did you get through it? What strengths did you draw upon? What did you learn from the experience? By recognizing your past resilience, you build confidence in your ability to handle future challenges. Developing your support network is another crucial exercise. Make a list of the people in your life who you can turn to for support. Reach out to them regularly, not just in times of need, and don't forget to be there for them in return. Building strong relationships is a two-way street. Of course, even as you work on building your resilience, things can sometimes go wrong. One common pitfall is emotional burnout. When you're constantly pushing yourself to overcome challenges, it's easy to become exhausted. The key here is to ensure you have adequate self-care routines in place. This might include regular exercise, healthy eating habits, getting enough sleep, and making time for activities you enjoy. Remember, taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's necessary for maintaining your resilience in the long run. Another potential issue is isolation. When facing challenges, it can be tempting to withdraw from others, but this can quickly erode your resilience. If you find yourself becoming isolated, make a conscious effort to reach out and connect with others. Even small interactions can help maintain your sense of connection and support. As we wrap up this chapter, remember that building resilience is an ongoing process. It's not about becoming invincible or never feeling discouraged. Rather, it's about developing the strength to face life's challenges head-on, to learn and grow from them, and to keep moving forward towards your goals. Your resilience is what will allow you to stay true to your personal path, even when societal pressures or unexpected setbacks threaten to knock you off course. It's your shield against conformity, your fuel for perseverance, and your springboard for personal growth. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to apply critical thinking and decision-making skills to navigate the complex landscape of societal expectations and personal aspirations. Get ready to sharpen your mental toolkit and become a master of your own choices. Chapter 5: Critical Thinking and Decision-Making. In a world constantly bombarding us with information, opinions, and societal expectations, the ability to think critically and make sound decisions is your ultimate superpower. It's the skill that allows you to cut through the noise, see beyond the surface, and chart a course that truly aligns with your values and aspirations. Critical thinking is more than just being smart or well-informed. It's about approaching information and situations with a questioning mind, analyzing them objectively, and making decisions based on careful reasoning rather than impulse or external pressure. When you master critical thinking, you're no longer at the mercy of societal norms or others' expectations. Instead, you become the architect of your own life, making choices that reflect your true self. But what does it really mean to think critically? At its core, critical thinking involves analyzing information objectively. This means looking at facts and evidence without letting your emotions or preconceived notions cloud your judgment. It's about asking questions like, what's the source of this information? Is it reliable? What evidence supports this claim? Are there alternative explanations or perspectives? For example, let's say you come across a social media post claiming that a certain career path is the key to success and happiness. Instead of immediately accepting this as truth, A critical thinker would pause and consider, who's making this claim? What's their definition of success? Does this align with my own values and goals? Are there other paths that might be equally or more fulfilling for me? Another crucial aspect of critical thinking is questioning assumptions and biases. We all have biases. They're a natural part of how our brains process information. The key is to become aware of these biases and not let them unduly influence our decisions. This includes both personal biases and societal assumptions that we might have internalized without realizing it. For instance, you might have grown up with the assumption that a successful life means getting a college degree, landing a high-paying corporate job, buying a house, and starting a family by a certain age. But is this truly what success means to you? Or is it just a societal script you've absorbed? Critical thinking allows you to step back and examine these assumptions, deciding for yourself what truly matters in your life. Now, let's talk about how to apply critical thinking to decision-making. One effective technique is the classic pros and cons list. But don't just jot down a few surface-level points. Really dig deep. For each pro and con, ask yourself, how important is this to me? How likely is this outcome? What's the long-term impact? Another powerful tool is the decision matrix. This involves listing your options as rows in a table, with your decision criteria as columns. You then score each option against each criterion and sum up the scores. This method forces you to clearly define what's important to you and systematically evaluate your options. Let's look at a real-world example of critical thinking and decision-making in action. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors of all time. Buffett is renowned for his analytical approach to investment decisions. He doesn't just look at a company's current performance or follow market trends. Instead, he digs deep into financial statements, analyzes industry dynamics, and considers long-term potential. One of Buffett's key principles is to be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. This exemplifies critical thinking in action. Instead of following the crowd, Buffett objectively analyzes situations, often coming to conclusions that go against prevailing market sentiment. Buffett also emphasizes long-term thinking in decision-making. He's famous for saying his favorite holding period for an investment is forever. This approach allows him to look beyond short-term market fluctuations and focus on the fundamental value of a company. It's a principle we can apply to personal decision-making as well. When making important life choices, consider not just the immediate consequences, but how they align with your long-term goals and values. Now, let's talk about some practical exercises to sharpen your critical thinking skills. One effective method is to engage in regular debates or discussions about various topics. This doesn't mean arguing for the sake of arguing. Instead, it's about exploring different viewpoints, questioning assumptions, and practicing the art of constructing logical arguments. You could join a debate club, participate in online forums, or simply have thoughtful discussions with friends and family. The key is to approach these conversations with an open mind, ready to consider perspectives different from your own. Even if you don't change your mind, you'll gain valuable practice in analyzing arguments and articulating your own thoughts clearly. Another practical exercise is to use decision matrices for significant personal decisions. The next time you're faced with a big choice, whether it's choosing a career path, deciding where to live, or making a major purchase, try creating a decision matrix. List your options and your decision criteria, then score each option. This process can bring clarity to complex decisions and ensure you're considering all important factors. Reflecting on past decisions and their outcomes is also a powerful way to improve your decision-making skills. Think about important choices you've made in the past. What factors did you consider? What information did you have? How did things turn out? With the benefit of hindsight, what would you do differently? This kind of reflection can help you identify patterns in your decision-making and areas for improvement. Of course, as with any skill, there can be pitfalls in developing your critical thinking abilities. One common issue is overanalysis. It's possible to get so caught up in weighing every possible factor that you become paralyzed, unable to make a decision at all. To avoid this, try setting time limits for your decision-making process. Give yourself enough time to gather information and think things through, but also set a deadline by which you'll make your choice. Another potential problem is the persistence of biases, even when we're trying to think critically. We all have blind spots, and it can be challenging to recognize our own biases. One way to address this is to actively seek out diverse perspectives. Engage with people who have different backgrounds and viewpoints from your own. Read widely from various sources. The more you expose yourself to different ideas, the better equipped you'll be to recognize and challenge your own assumptions. Remember, the goal of critical thinking isn't to become cold or unemotional in your decision-making. Emotions and intuition play important roles in our lives. The aim is to strike a balance, using reason to guide your choices while still honoring your feelings and values. As you continue to hone your critical thinking skills, you'll likely find that you become more confident in your decisions. You'll be less swayed by societal pressures or others' opinions, and more aligned with your own true desires and values. You'll be better equipped to navigate complex situations, solve problems creatively, and adapt to changing circumstances. In essence, critical thinking is about taking control of your own mind. It's about deciding for yourself what to believe and how to act, rather than passively accepting what you're told. It's a powerful tool for breaking free from societal constraints and living life on your own terms. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to develop emotional intelligence, another crucial skill for navigating both your inner world and your interactions with others. Get ready to deepen your understanding of yourself and enhance your ability to connect with those around you. Chapter 6: Developing Emotional Intelligence. In our journey to break free from societal constraints and live life on our own terms, we've explored the power of a growth mindset, goal setting, resilience, and critical thinking. Now, we turn our attention to a skill that's often overlooked, but is crucial for navigating both our inner world and our relationships with others: emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, often abbreviated as EQ, is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, as well as to recognize, understand, and influence the emotions of others. It's a powerful tool that allows us to navigate personal and professional relationships effectively while maintaining our autonomy. In other words, high emotional intelligence enables us to stay true to ourselves while successfully interacting with the world around us. Think about it. How many times have you seen someone with brilliant ideas or exceptional skills struggle in their career or personal life because they couldn't connect with others or manage their own emotions effectively? On the flip side, we've all encountered individuals who may not be the smartest in the room, but seem to effortlessly navigate social situations, build strong relationships, and achieve their goals. More often than not, the difference lies in their level of emotional intelligence. So what exactly are the components of emotional intelligence? At its core, EQ consists of 4 main elements: self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and social skills. Self-awareness is the foundation of emotional intelligence. It's about understanding your own emotions, strengths, weaknesses, values, and motivations. When you're self-aware, you can recognize how your feelings affect your thoughts and behavior. You understand what drives you, what frustrates you, and what brings you joy. This understanding is crucial for making decisions that align with your true self rather than simply reacting to external pressures or expectations. Self-regulation builds on self-awareness. It's about managing your emotions and impulses effectively. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, but rather choosing how to express them in productive ways. Someone with strong self-regulation skills can stay calm under pressure, adapt to change, and maintain their integrity even in challenging situations. This ability is invaluable when you're trying to chart your own course in life, as it allows you to stay focused on your goals even when faced with obstacles or distractions. Empathy, the third component of emotional intelligence, is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It's about seeing the world from someone else's perspective, even if you don't agree with it. Empathy allows you to build deeper connections with others, navigate conflicts more effectively, and understand the needs and motivations of those around you. This skill is crucial for maintaining relationships and influencing others without resorting to manipulation or coercion. Finally, social skills tie all these elements together in our interactions with others. This includes communication skills, conflict resolution, leadership, and the ability to build and maintain relationships. Strong social skills allow you to express your ideas effectively, collaborate with others, and navigate complex social situations while staying true to yourself. Now that we understand the components of emotional intelligence, how can we go about enhancing it? One powerful technique is practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It can help you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings, improving your self-awareness and self-regulation. Try this. Set aside a few minutes each day for a mindfulness exercise. Find a quiet place, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Notice the sensation of the air moving in and out of your body. When thoughts or feelings arise, acknowledge them without judgment and gently bring your attention back to your breath. Over time, you'll likely find that you become more attuned to your emotions and better able to manage them. Another key aspect of enhancing emotional intelligence is improving interpersonal communication. This involves not just speaking clearly, but also listening actively and empathetically. The next time you're in a conversation, try to really focus on what the other person is saying. Don't just wait for your turn to speak, but truly try to understand their perspective. Pay attention to their body language and tone of voice, not just their words. This practice can dramatically improve your empathy and social skills. To see emotional intelligence in action, let's look at a real-world example. Michelle Obama. Throughout her time as First Lady and beyond, Obama has demonstrated exceptional emotional intelligence in her leadership style. One of Obama's strengths is her ability to connect with diverse audiences. Whether speaking to world leaders, inner-city students, or rural farmers, she has a knack for finding common ground and relating to people on a personal level. This ability stems from her strong empathy skills and her willingness to listen and understand different perspectives. Obama has also shown remarkable skill in navigating complex political environments. Despite the often contentious nature of politics, she has maintained her authenticity while building relationships across party lines. This demonstrates her strong self-regulation skills, the ability to manage her emotions and reactions even in challenging situations. Moreover, Obama's emotional intelligence has allowed her to advocate for her causes effectively without alienating those who might disagree with her. She's known for her ability to disagree respectfully, to find common ground even in divisive issues, and to inspire others to action through her words and example. Now, let's talk about some practical exercises you can use to develop your own emotional intelligence. We've already mentioned daily mindfulness practice, which can significantly enhance your self-awareness and self-regulation. Make this a regular part of your routine, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Another powerful exercise is to practice active listening in all your conversations. Really focus on understanding the other person's perspective rather than just waiting for your turn to speak. Pay attention to their body language and tone of voice, not just their words. After the conversation, reflect on what you learned about the other person and how the interaction made you feel. Role-playing scenarios can also be a great way to improve your empathy and social skills. Find a friend or family member willing to help and practice navigating different social situations. This could include giving feedback, resolving conflicts, or having difficult conversations. After each role-play, discuss what went well and what could be improved. Of course, as with any skill development, there can be challenges along the way. One common issue is emotional overwhelm. As you become more attuned to your own emotions and those of others, you might find yourself feeling overwhelmed at times. The key here is to learn to set healthy boundaries. It's okay to take time for yourself, to say no when you need to, and to prioritize your own emotional well-being. Another potential pitfall is miscommunication. Even as you work on improving your communication skills, there will likely be times when you misunderstand others or are misunderstood yourself. The important thing is to approach these situations with openness and a willingness to learn. When miscommunications occur, take the time to clarify and seek understanding. View these moments as opportunities for growth rather than failures. Remember, developing emotional intelligence is an ongoing process. It's not about reaching a perfect state where you never experience difficult emotions or challenging interactions. Rather, it's about continually improving your ability to understand and manage emotions, both your own and those of others. As you enhance your emotional intelligence, you'll likely find that you're better able to navigate complex social situations, build stronger relationships, and advocate for your needs and desires effectively. You'll be more resilient in the face of challenges and better equipped to pursue your goals while maintaining positive connections with others. In essence, emotional intelligence is about being smart with feelings, your own and those of others. It's a powerful tool for living life on your own terms while successfully engaging with the world around you. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to implement transformative habits that can help solidify all the skills we've discussed so far. Get ready to turn your newfound knowledge and skills into consistent, positive action that will shape your daily life and long-term success. Chapter 7: Implementing Transformative Habits. We've come a long way in our journey to break free from societal constraints and live life on our own terms. We've explored the power of mindset, goal setting, resilience, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence. Now, it's time to talk about the glue that holds it all together: habits. Habits are the invisible architecture of our daily lives. They're the small actions and decisions we make almost without thinking, day in and day out. And here's the kicker: these habits, over time, shape our lives more profoundly than we often realize. They're the difference between consistently moving towards our goals and values or drifting aimlessly, buffeted by societal expectations and external pressures. Think about it this way. You can have all the knowledge in the world about personal growth. You can set the most ambitious goals. You can even muster incredible willpower for short bursts. But if your daily habits aren't aligned with your aspirations, you'll always be swimming against the current. On the flip side, when you cultivate positive habits that support your goals and values, you create a powerful momentum that propels you forward, even on days when your motivation might be lagging. So, how do habits form? At their core, habits are simply learned behaviors that have become automatic through repetition. Every habit, good or bad, follows a similar pattern. There's a cue or trigger that initiates the behavior, the routine or behavior itself, and a reward that reinforces the habit. Let's break this down with a simple example. Say you have a habit of checking your phone first thing in the morning. The cue might be waking up and seeing your phone on the nightstand. The routine is picking up the phone and scrolling through notifications or social media. The reward might be the dopamine hit you get from seeing new likes or messages, or simply feeling connected and informed. Understanding this habit loop is crucial because it gives us leverage points for change. We can alter our cues, modify our routines, or find alternative rewards to shape our habits intentionally. Now, when it comes to personal growth and breaking free from societal expectations, there are several key areas where transformative habits can make a big difference. These might include habits around learning and skill development, self-reflection and mindfulness, health and wellness, time management, or relationship building. The specific habits you choose to cultivate will depend on your personal goals and values. So, how do we go about implementing new habits? One powerful strategy is habit stacking. This involves linking a new habit you want to form with an existing habit that's already firmly established in your routine. For instance, if you want to start a daily gratitude practice, you might pair it with your existing habit of brewing morning coffee. After I start the coffee maker, I will write down 3 things I'm grateful for. Environmental design is another crucial factor in habit formation. Our environment often shapes our behavior more than we realize. If you want to read more, keep a book on your nightstand. If you want to exercise more, lay out your workout clothes the night before. By consciously shaping your environment, you can make your desired habits the path of least resistance. Let's look at a real-world example of the power of habits. Tony Robbins, the renowned life coach and motivational speaker. Robbins is famous for his rigorous daily rituals, which he credits as a key factor in his success. Robbins starts each day with a priming routine. This includes a breathing exercise, a moment of gratitude, visualizing his goals, and setting intentions for the day. This morning ritual sets the tone for his entire day, putting him in a peak state mentally and emotionally before he even starts his work. But it's not just about morning routines. Robbins emphasizes the importance of consistency in personal development practices. He has a saying, "It's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives, but what we do consistently." This could mean daily reading, regular exercise, ongoing learning, or consistent relationship-building efforts. The key takeaway from Robbins' approach is that success isn't about grand one-time gestures. It's about the small, consistent actions we take day after day. It's these habits that compound over time, leading to significant personal growth and achievement. Now, let's talk about some practical exercises you can use to implement transformative habits in your own life. Start by identifying one new positive habit you'd like to cultivate. Maybe it's a daily meditation practice, or reading for 30 minutes each day, or reaching out to a friend or family member regularly. Once you've identified your desired habit, use the habit loop method to implement it. What will be your cue or trigger for this habit? What exactly will the routine involve? And what reward can you associate with it to reinforce the behavior? Next, think about how you can design your environment to support this new habit. If you want to meditate daily, create a dedicated space in your home for this practice. If you want to read more, make sure books are easily accessible in the places where you spend the most time. Finally, it's crucial to track your progress and be willing to make adjustments as needed. You might use a habit tracking app, a simple calendar where you mark off days you complete your habit, or a journal where you reflect on your progress. The key is to have some way of monitoring your consistency and identifying any patterns or challenges that emerge. Of course, forming new habits isn't always smooth sailing. One common issue is habit slip-ups. You might miss a day or even several days of your new habit. When this happens, it's important to remember that setbacks are a normal part of the process. The key is not to let a slip-up turn into a complete derailment. Recognize what happened, recommit to your habit, and get back on track as soon as possible. Another potential problem is a lack of progress. You might be consistently performing your new habit, but not seeing the results you expected. In this case, it's worth reevaluating your habit triggers and rewards. Are you choosing the right cue to initiate your habit? Is the reward meaningful enough to reinforce the behavior? Sometimes small tweaks in these areas can make a big difference in the effectiveness of your habit. Remember, the goal of implementing transformative habits isn't to create a rigid, inflexible routine. Life is unpredictable, and there will always be days when things don't go according to plan. The power of habits lies in their ability to create a positive default mode, a set of behaviors and actions that naturally move you towards your goals and align with your values, even when you're on autopilot. As you continue to cultivate positive habits, you'll likely find that they become easier and more automatic over time. What once required conscious effort and willpower becomes second nature. This frees up mental energy for tackling new challenges and pursuing even bigger goals. Moreover, as these habits become ingrained, you'll find yourself naturally resisting societal pressures that don't align with your personal values and aspirations. Your habits become a sort of protective shield, a daily reaffirmation of your commitment to living life on your own terms. In essence, transformative habits are the bridge between aspiration and achievement. They're the daily actions that turn your goals and values from abstract concepts into lived reality. By consciously shaping your habits, you're not just changing your behavior, you're reshaping your life, one small action at a time. In the next chapter, we'll explore the power of continuous learning and how it can keep you adaptable and resilient in the face of an ever-changing world. Get ready to embrace a lifetime of growth and discovery. Chapter 8: Mastering Continuous Learning. In our journey to break free from societal constraints and chart our own course in life, we've explored various tools and strategies. But there's one skill that stands above the rest in its power to keep you adaptable, independent, and truly free: the art of continuous learning. Think about it. In a world that's constantly changing, where new technologies emerge daily and industries transform overnight, how can you stay ahead of the curve? How can you ensure that you're not just following the crowd, but leading the way? The answer lies in embracing lifelong learning. Continuous learning isn't just about accumulating facts or degrees. It's about cultivating a mindset of curiosity, staying open to new ideas, and constantly challenging your assumptions. It's about seeing the world as a vast playground of knowledge, waiting to be explored. When you commit to lifelong learning, you're essentially future-proofing yourself. You're ensuring that no matter what changes come your way, you'll have the tools and knowledge to adapt. This adaptability is crucial in a world where the jobs of tomorrow may not even exist today. But the benefits of continuous learning go far beyond just career prospects. It expands your personal horizons, enriches your conversations, and gives you a deeper understanding of the world around you. It allows you to form your own opinions based on a wealth of knowledge, rather than simply accepting what society tells you to think. So, how do we go about mastering the art of continuous learning? Let's start with some effective strategies. First up is active reading. This isn't about passively skimming pages, but engaging deeply with the material. When you read, ask questions. Challenge the author's assumptions. Make connections to other things you've learned. Try to explain the concepts in your own words. This level of engagement not only improves your understanding, but also your retention of the material. Note-taking is another powerful tool in your learning arsenal, but I'm not talking about mindlessly scribbling down everything you read or hear. Effective note-taking is about capturing the essence of ideas, making connections, and adding your own insights. One popular method is the Cornell note-taking system, where you divide your page into sections for notes, key points, and summary. This allows you to not just record information, but to actively process and synthesize it. In today's digital age, we have unprecedented access to learning resources. Online courses, podcasts, educational YouTube channels, the world's knowledge is quite literally at our fingertips. Leverage these tools. Platforms like Coursera, edX, and Khan Academy offer courses on everything from quantum physics to Renaissance art, often for free. Podcasts can turn your commute into a learning opportunity. The key is to find resources that align with your interests and learning style. But remember, it's not just about consuming information. It's about applying what you learn. Try to find ways to use your new knowledge in your daily life or work. This not only reinforces your learning, but also makes it more meaningful and enjoyable. Now, let's talk about some practical exercises you can use to enhance your own learning journey. First, set up a regular reading schedule. This doesn't have to be daunting. Even 30 minutes a day can make a big difference over time. The key is consistency. Make reading a non-negotiable part of your daily routine, just like brushing your teeth or eating breakfast. Next, leverage technology to access online courses and learning communities. Pick a subject you've always been curious about and sign up for an online course. Join forums or social media groups related to your learning interests. Engaging with others who share your passion for learning can be incredibly motivating and enriching. Keeping a learning journal is another powerful practice. After each learning session, whether it's reading a book, watching an educational video, or taking an online course, take a few minutes to jot down your key takeaways. What were the main ideas? How do they connect to things you already know? How might you apply this knowledge in your life? This reflection process helps cement your learning and often leads to new insights. Of course, As with any skill, there can be challenges in mastering continuous learning. One common issue is information overload. In our digital age, we have access to more information than ever before. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, to jump from one topic to another without ever diving deep. The key here is to prioritize your learning based on your goals and interests. It's better to learn one subject deeply than to skim the surface of 100 topics. Another potential pitfall is lack of retention. You might find yourself forgetting much of what you learned soon after you've learned it. This is where active learning techniques come in handy. Try summarizing what you've learned in your own words. Teach the concepts to someone else. Apply the knowledge in a practical project. The more actively you engage with the material, the better you'll retain it. Remember, the goal of continuous learning isn't to become a walking encyclopedia. It's about expanding your understanding of the world, challenging your assumptions, and staying adaptable in the face of change. It's about developing the tools to think for yourself, rather than simply accepting what society tells you to believe. As you embrace continuous learning, you'll likely find that it becomes a self-reinforcing habit. The more you learn, the more connections you'll see, and the more curious you'll become. You'll start to see learning opportunities everywhere, in conversations, in your daily experiences, in the challenges you face. Moreover, as your knowledge and understanding grow, you'll become increasingly confident in your ability to form your own opinions and make your own choices. You'll be less swayed by societal pressures or popular opinion because you'll have the knowledge and critical thinking skills to evaluate ideas for yourself. In essence, mastering continuous learning is about becoming the author of your own education, and by extension, the author of your own life. It's about never stopping growing, never stopping questioning, never stopping exploring. It's about keeping your mind open to new possibilities and your future open to new opportunities. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to overcome fear and embrace change, because in a world of continuous learning and growth, change is not just inevitable, it's desirable. Get ready to step out of your comfort zone and into a world of endless possibilities. Chapter 9. Overcoming Fear and Embracing Change. As we journey through life, charting our own course and breaking free from societal constraints, we inevitably encounter a formidable adversary: fear. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of what others might think. These are the invisible chains that often hold us back from pursuing our true path. But here's the truth. To live life on your own terms, you must learn to dance with fear and embrace change. Think about it. How many times have you held back from pursuing a dream or taking a risk because of fear? How often have you stuck with the familiar, even when it no longer served you, simply because change seemed too daunting? If you're like most people, the answer is probably more times than I'd like to admit. But here's the thing. Fear isn't inherently bad. It's a natural human emotion that has helped our species survive for millennia. The problem arises when we let fear dictate our choices, when we allow it to keep us trapped in situations that don't align with our true selves or our deepest aspirations. To understand how to overcome fear, we first need to understand its psychology. Common fears that hold people back include the fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown, and fear of success. Yes, that's a real thing. These fears often stem from our innate desire for safety and acceptance, deeply rooted in our evolutionary past. But here's where it gets interesting. Fear and personal growth have a complex relationship. While fear can certainly hold us back, it can also be a signpost pointing towards areas where we need to grow. That nervous feeling you get when considering a big change, it might just be your growth zone calling. So how do we move from being paralyzed by fear to embracing change? One powerful strategy is reframing. Instead of seeing change as a threat, try viewing it as an opportunity. Every change, even the challenging ones, brings with it the potential for growth, learning, and new experiences. Let's say you're considering a career change. Instead of focusing on all the things that could go wrong, try asking yourself, what new skills could I learn? What interesting people might I meet? How might this broaden my perspective? by reframing change as an opportunity for growth and adventure, you can shift your emotional response from fear to excitement. Developing adaptability skills is another crucial aspect of embracing change. This involves cultivating mental flexibility, resilience, and a growth mindset. It's about becoming comfortable with discomfort, knowing that it's often in these uncomfortable spaces that we grow the most. To see these principles in action, let's look at the example of Richard Branson, founder of the Virgin Group. Branson is renowned for his willingness to take risks and embrace change. Throughout his career, he's ventured into diverse industries, from music to airlines to space travel. Each new venture represented a leap into the unknown, fraught with potential for failure. But Branson's approach to risk and change is instructive. He doesn't view failure as something to be feared, but as a natural part of the innovation process. In his own words, do not be embarrassed by your failures, learn from them, and start again. This mindset has allowed him to turn setbacks into stepping stones, using each experience, whether successful or not, as a learning opportunity. Moreover, Branson's willingness to embrace change has been key to his success. He's constantly looking for new opportunities, even in industries he knows little about. This adaptability has allowed him to stay relevant and successful in a rapidly changing business landscape. Now, let's talk about some practical exercises you can use to overcome fear and embrace change in your own life. One powerful technique is gradual exposure. If you're afraid of public speaking, for instance, you might start by speaking up more in small group settings, then progress to giving a presentation to your team at work, and gradually work your way up to larger audiences. Reflection is another valuable tool. Take some time to think about past changes in your life. How did you feel before the change? How did you feel after? More often than not, you'll realize that changes you once feared ended up bringing positive outcomes, even if they were challenging at the time. This reflection can help build your confidence in facing future changes. Practicing adaptability skills through varied experiences is also crucial. This could involve trying new hobbies, traveling to unfamiliar places, or deliberately putting yourself in situations where you need to learn and adapt quickly. The more you practice adapting to new situations, the more comfortable you'll become with change in general. Of course, overcoming fear and embracing change isn't always smooth sailing. One common issue is paralysis by fear, when the fear is so overwhelming that it prevents you from taking any action at all. If you find yourself in this situation, try breaking down the change into smaller, more manageable steps. Instead of focusing on the big, scary end goal, concentrate on the next small action you can take. Resistance to change is another common challenge. Even when we know intellectually that a change would be good for us, we might find ourselves resisting it emotionally. In these cases, it can be helpful to focus on the long-term benefits of the change. How will your life be better a year from now if you make this change? 5 years from now? Additionally, don't be afraid to seek support. Having a supportive friend, family member, or mentor to encourage you can make a world of difference. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate fear entirely. Fear will always be a part of life, especially when you're pushing yourself to grow and change. The aim is to develop a new relationship with fear, to see it not as a stop sign, but as a signpost pointing towards growth. As you become more comfortable with fear and change, you'll likely find that your world expands. Opportunities you never would have considered before suddenly become possible. You'll feel more confident in your ability to handle whatever life throws your way. And most importantly, you'll be truly living life on your own terms, not constrained by societal expectations or your own fears. Embracing change doesn't mean you have to make dramatic shifts in your life constantly. It's about being open to possibilities, being willing to step out of your comfort zone when it aligns with your goals and values. It's about having the courage to say yes to opportunities that excite you, even when they also scare you a little. In essence, overcoming fear and embracing change is about freedom, the freedom to choose your own path, to grow and evolve, to live a life that's true to who you are. It's about writing your own story, one brave step at a time. As we move into the next chapter, we'll explore how to take all the skills and insights we've gained so far and use them to craft your unique life path. Get ready to bring together everything you've learned and create a roadmap for a life that's authentically, unabashedly yours. Chapter 10: Crafting Your Unique Life Path. Welcome to the culmination of our journey. We've explored mindset, goal setting, resilience, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, habit formation, continuous learning, and overcoming fear. Now, it's time to bring it all together and craft your unique life path. This is where the rubber meets the road, where theory transforms into action, and where you truly take control of your life's direction. Why is this so crucial? Because crafting your unique life path is the ultimate act of self-determination. It's your declaration of independence from societal expectations and pressures. It's you saying, "This is my life, and I'm going to live it on my terms." When you have a clear vision of your path, the noise of societal expectations fades into the background. You're no longer swayed by what others think you should do because you know exactly what you want to do. But here's the thing. Crafting your life path isn't about creating a rigid, inflexible plan. It's about setting a direction, defining what success means to you, and creating a framework that guides your decisions and actions. It's a compass, not a cage. So, where do we start? The foundation of your unique life path is your personal definition of success. And to define success, you need to identify your core values and priorities. What matters most to you? Is it creativity, freedom, security, impact, relationships? There's no right or wrong answer here. Your values are deeply personal, and they form the bedrock of your life path. Take a moment to reflect. Think about times when you felt most alive, most fulfilled. What were you doing? Who were you with? What made those moments special? The answers to these questions can offer valuable clues about your core values. Once you've identified your values, you can create a personal mission statement. This isn't some corporate jargon. It's a concise expression of your purpose and values. It's your North Star, guiding your decisions and actions. Your mission statement might be something like, to use my creativity to inspire and empower others, or to build meaningful connections and spread joy in my community. Whatever it is, it should resonate deeply with you. With your values and mission statement in place, it's time to design your ideal life. This is where visualization and manifestation techniques come in handy. Close your eyes and imagine your ideal day 5 years from now. Where are you? What are you doing? How do you feel? The more vivid and detailed you can make this vision, the more powerful it becomes. But visualization alone isn't enough. You need to translate this vision into a long-term life plan. This isn't about mapping out every minute of your future. It's about setting broad strokes, defining key milestones, and creating a roadmap that aligns with your values and mission. To see how this plays out in real life, let's look at the example of Steve Jobs. Jobs was renowned for his nonconformist approach to life and career. He didn't follow the standard playbook for success. Instead, he followed his intuition and passion, often making decisions that seemed counterintuitive to others. Jobs famously dropped out of college to pursue his interests in technology and design. He co-founded Apple in his parents' garage, driven by a vision of making computers accessible to everyone. Even when he was ousted from Apple, he didn't give up. He started new ventures, including Pixar, and eventually returned to Apple, leading it to become one of the most valuable companies in the world. What's remarkable about Jobs' story is how he stayed true to his vision and values throughout his career. He was passionate about the intersection of technology and liberal arts, about creating products that were not just functional, but beautiful. This passion guided his decisions, from the design of Apple products to his famous product launches. Jobs' approach teaches us valuable lessons about crafting our life path. First, follow your intuition and passion. Don't be afraid to take the road less traveled if it aligns with your values. Second, be willing to pivot and adapt, but always stay true to your core mission. And finally, think about the legacy you want to leave. Jobs wasn't just interested in making money, he wanted to put a dent in the universe. Now, let's talk about some practical exercises to help you craft your unique life path. Start by creating your personal mission statement. Take some time to reflect on your values and what you want to achieve in life. Write it down, refine it, until you have a statement that truly resonates with you. Next, develop a vision board that reflects your ideal life. This can be a physical board or a digital collage. Include images, quotes, and words that represent your goals and the life you want to create. Place it somewhere you'll see it every day as a constant reminder of what you're working towards. Setting long-term goals and creating a timeline to achieve them is another crucial step. Think about where you want to be in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. What milestones do you want to reach? What experiences do you want to have? Create a timeline, but remember to be flexible. Life has a way of throwing curveballs, and your goals may evolve over time. Of course, crafting and following your unique life path isn't always smooth sailing. One common issue is loss of motivation. It's easy to get excited about your goals initially, but maintaining that excitement over the long haul can be challenging. The key is to regularly revisit and adjust your goals. As you grow and change, your goals may need to evolve too. Don't be afraid to make adjustments to keep your path aligned with your current values and aspirations. Another potential pitfall is confusion about direction. You might have a general idea of what you want, but feel unsure about the specific steps to get there. In these cases, seeking feedback and mentorship can be invaluable. Find people who are where you want to be or who have qualities you admire. Learn from their experiences, but remember, their path doesn't have to be your path. Use their insights as guidance, not as a strict blueprint. Remember, crafting your unique life path is an ongoing process. It's not something you do once and then forget about. It's a living, breathing thing that grows and evolves as you do. Be prepared to reassess and adjust your path as you gain new experiences and insights. The beauty of crafting your own life path is that it puts you in the driver's seat. You're no longer a passenger in your own life, being carried along by societal expectations or the whims of others. You're actively shaping your future, making decisions that align with your values and move you towards your vision of success. As you embark on this journey of crafting and following your unique life path, remember that it's not about achieving perfection. It's about progress, growth, and staying true to yourself. There will be missteps and detours along the way, and that's okay. Each experience, whether perceived as positive or negative, is an opportunity for learning and growth. Your unique life path is just that, unique. It won't look like anyone else's, and that's exactly how it should be. Embrace your individuality, celebrate your quirks and passions, let your authentic self shine through in everything you do. In the end, crafting your unique life path is about living with intention and purpose. It's about waking up each day excited about the life you're creating. It's about looking back on your life with satisfaction, knowing that you lived it on your own terms. As we move into our next chapter, we'll explore how to put all of these concepts together into a comprehensive personal growth plan. Get ready to take everything you've learned and transform it into actionable steps for creating the life you truly want. Chapter 11, Putting It All Together, Your Personal Growth Plan. We've come a long way on this journey of personal development and self-discovery. We've explored mindset, goal setting, resilience, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, habit formation, continuous learning, overcoming fear, and crafting your unique life path. Now it's time to weave all these threads together into a cohesive tapestry, your personal growth plan. Think of this plan as your roadmap to becoming the best version of yourself. It's not just about achieving specific goals, but about continuous growth and evolution. It's about becoming the kind of person who can achieve those goals and more. So, how do we go about creating this plan? The first step is to synthesize all the key concepts we've discussed. This isn't about rigidly applying every single idea, but about identifying which concepts resonate most strongly with you and your aspirations. Start by reflecting on each chapter. What were your biggest takeaways? Which ideas excited you the most? Which practices have you already started implementing in your life? This reflection will help you create a personalized growth roadmap that's tailored to your unique needs and aspirations. As you create this roadmap, it's crucial to set priorities and milestones. You can't change everything at once, and trying to do so is a surefire way to burn out. Instead, identify the areas where growth will have the biggest impact on your life right now. Maybe it's developing a growth mindset, or perhaps it's building resilience. Whatever it is, make that your primary focus. Once you've identified your priorities, it's time to implement your plan. This is where the rubber meets the road. It's not enough to have a beautiful plan on paper. You need to bring it to life through consistent action. Break your plan down into daily, weekly, and monthly action steps. What can you do each day to move towards your goals? It might be a daily mindfulness practice or spending 30 minutes on a skill you want to develop. Weekly actions might include reviewing your goals and reflecting on your progress. Monthly, you might dive deeper into a specific area of personal growth or reassess your priorities. Remember, the key to success is consistency. It's better to take small actions every day than to make grand gestures occasionally. As the saying goes, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Tracking your progress and adjusting course as needed is another crucial aspect of implementing your plan. Keep a journal or use a habit tracking app to monitor your actions and their results. Regularly review your progress. Are you moving in the right direction? Are your actions yielding the results you want? If not, don't be afraid to adjust your approach. To see how these principles play out in real life, let's look at the example of Tony Robbins. Robbins is renowned not just for his personal success, but for his ability to help others achieve their goals and transform their lives. Robbins' approach to personal development is holistic. He emphasizes the importance of aligning your mindset, emotions, and actions. He teaches people to identify their limiting beliefs and replace them with empowering ones. He shows them how to manage their emotional states and use them as fuel for positive action. What's particularly inspiring about Robbins' work is how he applies personal development principles to create lasting impact. He doesn't just focus on individual success, but on how personal growth can ripple out to positively affect families, communities, and even societies. For instance, through his foundation, Robbins has provided fresh water to over 250,000 people in India, meals to over 500 million people, and supported over 2,000 schools, 700 prisons, and 50,000 service organizations. This illustrates how personal growth, when applied with intention and compassion, can create far-reaching positive change. Now, let's talk about some practical exercises to help you create and implement your personal growth plan. Start by developing a comprehensive plan that incorporates the key concepts we've discussed. What areas do you want to focus on? What specific goals do you have for each area? What habits or practices do you want to implement? Next, break this plan down into actionable steps. What can you do this week to move towards your goals? This month? This year? Be as specific as possible. Instead of improve communication skills, you might have practice active listening in 3 conversations this week, or read 1 book on effective communication this month. Make it a habit to regularly review and adjust your plan based on your progress. Set aside time each week to reflect on what's working and what isn't. Be honest with yourself, but also be kind. Personal growth is a journey, not a destination. It's okay if things don't always go according to plan. Of course, even with the best intentions, things can go wrong. One common issue is inconsistent effort. It's easy to start strong, but then lose momentum over time. To combat this, set reminders for yourself and seek out accountability partners. This could be a friend, a family member, or even an online community of like-minded individuals. Having someone to check in with regularly can make a big difference in staying on track. Another potential pitfall is a lack of progress. You might be putting in the effort but not seeing the results you want. In these cases, it's important to reflect on the obstacles you're facing. Are your goals realistic? Are your strategies effective? Don't be afraid to adjust your approach if something isn't working. Remember, your personal growth plan is a living document. It should evolve as you do. As you gain new insights and experiences, your goals and priorities may shift. That's not just okay, it's a sign that you're growing and changing. The beauty of having a comprehensive personal growth plan is that it provides direction and purpose to your efforts. It ensures that you're not just busy, but productive, that your actions are aligned with your long-term vision for your life. As you implement your plan, you'll likely find that growth in one area often spills over into others. As you develop a growth mindset, for instance, you might find it easier to embrace change and take risks. As you build resilience, you might become more confident in pursuing ambitious goals. Your personal growth plan is more than just a tool for self-improvement. It's a commitment to yourself, a promise to keep evolving, to keep striving to be the best version of yourself. It's about taking control of your life and shaping it according to your values and aspirations. As we move into our final chapter, we'll reflect on the journey we've taken and look ahead to the future. We'll explore how the principles and practices we've discussed can continue to serve you as you navigate life's challenges and opportunities. Get ready to step into a future where you're fully empowered to live life on your own terms, never again letting society dictate your path. Chapter 12. Never letting society dictate your life. We've come to the end of our journey together, but in many ways, this is just the beginning. The concepts, strategies, and insights we've explored throughout this book are not just theoretical ideas. They're powerful tools that can fundamentally transform your life. As we conclude, let's reflect on how what you've learned can empower you to live life on your own terms, free from the constraints of societal expectations. The core message of this book is simple yet profound. You have the power to shape your own destiny. By embracing your autonomy and living authentically, you're no longer at the mercy of societal norms or others' expectations. You're the author of your own story, the architect of your own life. Think about it. Armed with a growth mindset, you now understand that your abilities and intelligence aren't fixed traits, but qualities that can be developed through dedication and hard work. You've learned to set ambitious goals that align with your true values, not just what society deems successful. You've developed resilience, enabling you to bounce back from setbacks and view challenges as opportunities for growth. Your critical thinking skills allow you to question assumptions, analyze information objectively, and make decisions based on careful reasoning rather than impulse or external pressure. You've honed your emotional intelligence, giving you the ability to understand and manage your own emotions while empathizing with others. You've learned the power of habits in shaping your daily life and long-term success. You've embraced continuous learning, ensuring that you remain adaptable and knowledgeable in an ever-changing world. You've faced your fears and learned to embrace change, understanding that growth often lies just outside your comfort zone. And you've crafted a unique life path that reflects your true self, not a cookie-cutter version of success imposed by society. But the impact of these lessons extends far beyond your personal growth. As you've embraced your authentic self and started living life on your own terms, you've likely noticed a shift in your relationships. When you're true to yourself, you attract people who appreciate the real you. You're able to build deeper, more meaningful connections based on mutual respect and understanding. Think about the quality of your conversations now. Instead of surface-level small talk or conversations driven by social expectations, you're likely engaging in more meaningful dialogues. You're sharing your true thoughts and feelings and encouraging others to do the same. This authenticity breeds trust and deepens your connections. Moreover, as you've grown more confident in your own path, you've probably become more accepting of others' unique journeys. You understand that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to life, and this understanding fosters greater empathy and respect in your relationships. Now, let's talk about what you're capable of achieving with these new tools at your disposal. The sky's the limit, truly. You're now equipped to pursue goals and dreams that align with your true self, free from societal constraints. Whether it's changing careers to follow your passion, starting a business that reflects your values, or simply living a life that feels authentically you, you have the mindset and skills to make it happen. You're no longer held back by the fear of what others might think or the belief that you're not capable. You understand that growth is a journey, and you're prepared to embrace the challenges along the way. You're ready to take calculated risks, to step out of your comfort zone, to fail and learn and try again. But here's the real magic. As you continue to practice the concepts in this book, you'll find that personal growth becomes easier and more natural. It's like building a muscle. The more you work at it, the stronger it becomes. Over time, the strategies we've discussed will become second nature. You'll find yourself automatically approaching challenges with a growth mindset, setting meaningful goals, bouncing back from setbacks, and making decisions that align with your values. This doesn't mean life will always be easy. Challenges will still come your way, but you'll face them with a newfound resilience and confidence. You'll have a toolkit of strategies to draw from, and the self-awareness to know which tool is right for each situation. As we conclude, I want to leave you with a final thought. The journey you've embarked on isn't just about personal success or happiness. As important as those are, it's about something bigger. By choosing to live authentically and on your own terms, you're not just changing your own life, you're changing the world around you. Every time you choose to follow your own path instead of conforming to societal expectations, you're creating a ripple effect. You're showing others that it's possible to break free from the mold, to live a life true to oneself. You're inspiring others to question their own assumptions, to pursue their own dreams, to game the system in their own way. Imagine a world where more people were living authentically, pursuing their true passions, and contributing their unique gifts. Imagine the innovations, the art, the solutions to global problems that could emerge when people are empowered to think outside the box and challenge the status quo. That's the world you're helping to create. By embracing your own unique journey, you're opening up possibilities not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. You're part of a movement towards a more authentic, fulfilling, and dynamic way of living. So as you close this book and step back into your daily life, remember this: you are not bound by societal constraints. You have the power to shape your own destiny, to live a life that's true to who you are. You have the tools to face challenges, overcome obstacles, and continually grow and evolve. Your journey is unique, and it's beautiful. Embrace it, live it fully, and as you do, know that you're not just changing your own life, you're changing the world, one authentic choice at a time. This is your life, and from this moment on, you're the one in charge. The future is yours to create, and the potential within you is limitless. As you step forward into this new chapter of your life, armed with the insights and strategies from this book, you'll find yourself more capable than ever of tackling challenges, pursuing your dreams, and living authentically. But to truly unlock your full potential and make the most of this newfound freedom, there's one more crucial skill to master: the ability to take consistent, inspired action. If you've ever found yourself held back by procrastination, knowing what you need to do, but struggling to actually do it, then you owe it to yourself to discover the groundbreaking system revealed in the audiobook, You Are Not Lazy, your new system to end procrastination forever. This revolutionary approach will empower you to break free from the cycle of delay and finally achieve the goals you've set for yourself with ease and enthusiasm. Don't let this be the end of your transformation journey. It's just the beginning. Tap the center of the video now to continue your transformation journey.